Hello guys, Zone4 here, and welcome to another episode of Subscriber Loadouts. In this series, I use loadouts suggested by you guys. I select a loadout from the comments section in the previous episode of the series. So remember, if you would like to suggest your loadout, just put it down in the comments section. One thing that you should remember when you're putting down your loadout is that try to make it as detailed as possible. And of course, give it a name. This week's loadout comes from TRM Hansen, and he suggested the Call of Duty style loadout, an MP7 with only a suppressor, nothing else, and M1911 also only with a suppressor. And he says that every time he sees someone play Call of Duty, they always have a suppressor and not a scope. And that is true. For some reason, people go towards silencers in that game a bit more. And this loadout actually reminds me of a class I used to have in past Call of Duty game I used to play. And with this loadout, I'm gonna start by saying that this loadout is a bit more difficult to use than some other loadouts we have seen in this series in the past. And with this loadout, guys, you want to stick to close range. Stay inside buildings and play a little bit more tactical. Don't just run out in the open, cause you never want to get caught in the open with a PVW. You're pretty much gonna get destroyed by every other weapon class. The MP7 is a pretty solid PVW. I wouldn't say it's the best, but also I wouldn't say it's worse. It's just kinda like in the middle of the pack of the PVWs. The MP7 does a maximum amount of damage of 21 per shot, which is low for PVWs. With the MP7 you'll typically need 5 or 6 shots to kill a guy at close range. So to compensate for the low damage, the MP7 has a high fire rate of 950 rounds per minute, allowing you to deliver those 5 to 6 rounds that you need to kill a guy faster. The MP7 also has a 40 round magazine, which is great considering the rapid fire rate, and it's compensated even more for the low damage. But the biggest problem the MP7 and all the other PVWs run into is the range, making the PVWs only viable to close range. Sure, you could get a medium range kill every once in a while, but it's probably gonna take a lot of bullets, and that's just not really an effective way of killing enemies. So when we put this silencer on the MP7, sure, we're gonna be off the radar when we shoot, and that's always a good thing, because we need to get close to the enemies, and it helps that they can't see us in the minimap. But the silencer also has some negative effects. It's gonna affect our accuracy, and most importantly, it's gonna affect our muzzle velocity. When the MP7 has the suppressor attached, it will go from 400 meters per second to 250 meters per second, almost reducing the muzzle velocity by half. And something else that will also kinda negatively affect this loadout is that when shooting at an enemy that's a bit far away, we do not have an optic. Sure, the iron sights on the MP7 are okay for close range, but at longer ranges, they're just kinda bad, making it difficult to spot and kill the enemy you're trying to kill. So I recommend you guys use an optic. The backup weapon for this loadout is one of my favorites, the M1911. It makes for an excellent secondary, allowing you to kill enemies in just 3 or 4 shots. It also comes with an 8 round magazine, allowing you to quickly kill 2 enemies. The silencer on the M1911 will also keep you off the radar, but it will also hurt your accuracy and your muzzle velocity, bringing it down from 270 meters per second to 160 meters per second. The M1911, it's a extremely good backup weapon, especially if you want to switch your weapons quickly to finish an enemy off. Anyways guys, just like I said at the beginning of the video, remember you're gonna use this class to stay always at close range. Inside buildings is a great spot to be. And remember with this loadout, try to avoid long lines of sight, and you have some success with this class. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and remember to put your class below in the comment section. And I'll see you in my next video.